what pitching advice do you have for a 9 and under pitcher?
What advice?
Mm-hmm.
Throw long toss.
That's
Learn how to throw without any pain, if he doesn't have any pain, and throw all the time, and throw long toss. Build your arm up to where you can throw more than anybody else that's on your team without any pain.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you condition your arm that way, it will fuel the rest of your development, because you'll be able to practice more and be more effective during practice, because your arm can handle the rigors of the practice.
Yeah, it's an important point. In order to develop faster than your competitors, you have to practice more than your competitors. And the only way you can practice more is if you have less stress overall, you spend less time recovering, your body needs less time to recover because you're not putting as much stress on it. Another big point that I don't want to go unnoticed in that comment is throwing a lot without pain.
Yeah, it has to be without pain.
A lot of people will throw and be like, oh, well, I'm throwing and I feel pain. Well, what do I do? Well, find a way to throw without pain. You can change your delivery. You can change your mechanics.
Don't stop throwing per se.
Yeah.
But learn how to throw without pain.
Right. Because that's ultimately your body's way of telling you, like, that doesn't work for me.
Correct.
And so if you find something that does work for you, regardless if it's what your favorite pitcher does or what your pitching coach might tell you to do or whatever, the best guide is your body. And if something hurts when you throw, it shouldn't, and that's a warning sign to do something slightly differently. So just be willing to kind of coach yourself on that front. If you do feel pain somewhere, find a motion, find a delivery, find a drill, find something that you can do where you don't feel pain, and do that more often, because that'll help set the movement pattern.
I think when you're younger, it's more important to long toss than when you're older.
Yeah.
I think as your arm is developing, I think after your arm is totally developed, and like at the age that you are and people like that, your arm's closer to totally developed. It's important that you keep it stretched out and loose. But there's something that helps in building an arm doing long toss.
Yeah, so throwing in and of itself is a plyometric exercise. So when you're a youth player, there's two principles at play there. You need to develop a capacity and a workload tolerance. So a higher throwing volume with lower intensities helps to build the capacity and the durability and stuff. But then you also have the plyometric properties, the tendon strength, the stretch shortening cycle, stuff like that, that if you train at low intensities, a little bit higher volumes, and you build the capacity, you're also continually stressing those tissues, and that's going to build plyometric capacity, plyometric ability. So then when you get later in life and you add strength and you add intensity on top of it, you have a base level of ability, a base level of tolerance in those tissues. So definitely agree. I mean, I long tossed as a kid all the time. That was how we did our throwing. You'd hit me like short ground balls to warm up, and then longer ground balls at shortstop, or I was throwing on the run being athletic, and then I would throw
outfield
fly balls from the outfield. So
and then we just threw long toss periods since you were about 8, I guess.
Yeah.
What, about 8?
It was early, somewhere around there, and then really more
right when the Vipers started to form up.
Yeah, and then more officially, like a structured program when I did Alan Jager's camp at like 11?
Yeah, something
12,
like that.
10, somewhere right in those years.
Yeah.